Hello everyone. Today I just want to start by wishing you all a happy new year before we get into today's topic. 2020 vision has been a really terrible year for a lot of people, and there have been a lot of really bad habits that we picked up over this year. So going into 29 plus 10, we're going to have to leave some of these bad habits in the past. And I think we need to start with just one of the most obvious ones that really contributes to gamer oppression in the current culture, and that's microtransactions. We're leaving those behind in 2021. Microtransactions are one of the most insidious forms of gamer oppression, and a lot of people justify them, especially with mobile app games, because those are free-to-play games for the most part. And people seem to think that it's okay, but what you don't realize is that a lot of these mobile app games are inherently designed just to milk money out of you with these microtransactions. There's a reason why whenever you pay for microtransactions, there's no shopping cart system. When you go on websites like Amazon or Walmart or any similar website with a similar layout, you notice that whenever you're about to finalize your purchase, you have a shopping cart. You have to go through this check of, are these all of the items you want? Are you sure that you want these in the exact quantities that you specified? Do you want more? Do you want less? Do you change your mind and want to take something out of the cart or go back and put something in? You need to evaluate your purchase before you finalize it. And this step is very important because it allows you to calculate how much money you're spending when you buy multiple items at once. Now with microtransactions, you skip this process, and it means that you're not necessarily keeping track of how much money you're spending in gross. You just keep track of how much money you spent at that point in time. You could be spending hundreds of dollars, but you're doing it in small increments, and therefore you don't notice how much money you're spending unless you mentally keep track of all the money that you racked up. You don't understand that this process is deliberate. These game companies that make mobile app games make these games addictive for a reason. They designed the game to make sure that you're going to log into it every day. That's why they have these daily missions, these events that are always timed. The purpose of having timed events, timed banners for gacha games is because it provides this incentive of you'll miss out if you don't do it right now. The fear of missing out is one of the most powerful mechanisms for forcing people to engage in compulsory practices and purchasing things that they otherwise wouldn't purchase. Mobile games are inherently designed to milk your wallet. They are gamer oppression personified. And the worst part is, because they're free to play, they seem very accessible to people that are lower income, and that's exactly the type of demographic that should be avoiding them. And it's even worse when people put microtransactions into games that actually cost money up front, like the Call of Duty, the Dead or Alive franchise. These are even worse forms of gamer oppression. Some people will try to justify them and say that they're cosmetic only, but that argument doesn't really track. You need to understand that a lot of times when people have cosmetic-only microtransactions, they're gonna buy them for a reason. People like dressing up their characters. In the Pokemon franchise, you can dress your characters up all the time. There's no direct benefit for it, but everyone does it. You need to understand all microtransactions are the devil. Avoid them at all costs. We're leaving them behind. No more gacha. No more paid skins. No more loot boxes.
Why you pulling me? I'm right.
Let's move on and talk about one of the other things we gotta leave behind this year. We gotta leave behind simping. Men, you gotta stop being down bad. We gotta do better than this. Men, you can no longer give money to strange women on the internet that you have never met in person just because they're hot. Let's be real, none of you are doing this because you want to, quote-unquote, support their content. You're horny. And you know what? When you're horny on main, you make decisions that you normally wouldn't. And I want you to remember something. Your penis is not a good financial advisor. Your penis is not good at math. Do not let your penis make your financial decisions.
You don't need no calculator. This is basic math.
Additionally, to all the women that have Twitch accounts and OnlyFans, I have good news. You are now going to be promoted to the street corner. In order for you to get your bag now, you have to do one of two things. You either have to get on the pole or you have to let them dig out the hole.
Bars.
We are going to have to talk about the Pokemon community next. We're going to have to ban using shinies in raids. Y'all can't be trusted to act right with them. And because some people have to ruin it for everybody, no one's allowed to bring shinies into raids. Y'all are going to have to learn your type matchup charts, and you're going to have to bring non-shiny Pokemon into the raids, and you're not going to be able to flex on people unless it's with your outfit and you got that drip drip. Also, if you want to show off your shiny Pokemon, you either A, have to do it on social media like I've been suggesting, or B, you gotta go into rank battles and flex on people. I mean, you're probably gonna get your entire team steamrolled by a steroid-infused sweeper, but, you know, that's the price that you have to pay. You'll be holding a nail, but at least you'll be holding it with sparkles! The worst part is you go into ranked, there's probably a whole bunch of shiny Pokemon in there too, except theirs are actually built properly.
Jesus!
Moving on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Related news, we are abandoning all archetypes and we are returning to Monkey. We are not going to obey the ban list anymore. We are only playing Monkey. Allow me to elaborate further. If you are a heterosexual person, you must now play a Mystic Mine variant. However, there is a stipulation. It cannot be a Sky Striker variant. No raid today. Only Monkey. If you are a member of the LGBT community, you must now play True Draco, and you can't play any big brain variants of True Draco that actually incorporate an extra deck. It has to be a no extra deck, Monarchs Erupt, Inspector Border Stall, Monkey True Draco variant. In order to shake up the format just a little bit, we will be unbanning Master P and we'll be allowing it at 1 copy per deck in all of the True Monkey decks, just until we get to 2000 Taylor Swift. That being said, I know that some of this stuff is kind of just jokes, but in all honesty, I really do think microtransactions are inherently bad for the gaming industry. I think that they're by nature very predatory, and I do think that you should avoid them as much as you possibly can. I do think that simping isn't actually a good thing. I don't blame the e-girls, I blame the simps. There are guys that are throwing like their whole credit card balance at women that could not care less whether they lived or died. And that really makes me depressed because that makes me think a lot of these men are suffering from a lot of mental health issues. I don't even mean that in a demeaning way. I mean that maybe they're suffering with depression or anxiety and they don't know how to socialize with women, which is why they do it in the first place. But I just don't think throwing your entire wallet at a woman you've never met is going to fix that problem. The Pokemon thing is more of a personal gripe, and the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, honestly, the Yu-Gi-Oh format right now is pretty fucking weird, so I don't even know if saying a Mystic Mine and True Draco only format would really be better or worse. It's really up in the air. I feel like that's a coin toss at that point. But in all honesty, I hope that 2021 is a better year for everyone. I mean myself, I mean all my friends, and any of you that happen to be watching. And I wish you all nothing but the best. Thank you for watching this video. Give me some feedback. Have a good one. And coming up really soon, we'll have a Kuro cameo, your favorite segment on the channel. How you doing? How are you doing? Are you excited about the new year? Or the Mew year? Are you excited? Well, your motor's running, so I'm guessing you're excited. Happy New Year, Kuro. It's going to be a great year for all of us.